What's up guys, Mike here. Today I want to bring you an album review for Neotheater, the new album from AJR. So I've kind of been putting off doing this video for a little bit because, the album came out April 26th. So it's been about a month now, and I really wanted to take time to listen to the album, let it digest, and really get a feel for the album before I made a judgment about it. Because I know a lot of people will try to put out their review like as soon as possible, like as soon as the album drops, but it's like, how much could you have honestly listened to the album, on release day to give an honest opinion about it? So I think it's been enough time now where I can, really say what I feel about this album. Other than that, what I've seen so far is I've seen actually a lot of negative reviews, a lot of people really hating on this album. Guys like John from AJR TV, like totally trashed the album. But I mean, he probably wasn't a fan of AJR prior to this, so I mean, and then you have the other side of it, like the diehard fans who think it's like revolutionizing music. Revolutionizing, is that a word? I don't know. I think it falls somewhere in the middle. It's a solid effort. Is it better than The Click? I don't think so. The Click is one of my favorite albums of that year. Right off the bat with the overture and then straight through the album, just a solid album. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into this album review. So it starts off with Next Up Forever. Starts off a little weird with that intro. I'm kind of like, okay, what are they doing here? But as soon as that beat drops in, it's just a solid AJR track. So good opening track, in my opinion. Then we have Birthday Party, which was released prior to the album dropping, so we had some time to listen to this. I love the bass line. I like the beat that goes with it. I think it's an interesting concept, writing a song from the point of view of a newborn baby. And again, this is what people will say negative against them, that they're kind of like silly and don't take themselves seriously. But look, they're young guys who are now experiencing a little bit of success. They're having fun with it, so I think you can't take it too seriously. So another good solid track there. Then we have 100 Bad Days, which was the first single. Really love this song. Just love the melodies, I love the beat, and I think it's an interesting concept that basically, the bad things that happen to you just make you more interesting. It gives you something to talk about at parties. So relatable song, really good song there. Then we have Don't Throw Out My Legos, one of my favorite songs on the track. Again, I understand the lyrics are silly, okay? No grown man has Legos. Well, maybe somebody does. But I just think it's a really catchy song, and I think it's more about like just getting older, leaving home and that feeling of like missing your childhood. So all right, and then track number 5 is Break My Face. My daughter loves the song, okay? It's she's only a year and a half, and whenever I put this song on, she just starts dancing immediately. I love that little riff in the beginning. I love the callback to Birthday Party with when that line from Birthday Party comes in the last chorus. I think they need to do more things like that. I think if I can say a negative about the album, the missing overture, if they could do like a bonus track with the overture track, would be really interesting to kind of get, all the songs mixed together, because they're so good at doing that kind of thing. So I want to see more things like that. Turning Out Part 2, I think, is a solid song, although I really like Turning Out Part 1, well, before it was Turning Out Part 1. So I think if it would have been named something differently, I maybe would have a different opinion about it, but I feel like when you call something Turning Out Part 2, you're like comparing it to the other song, which the first Turning Out was one of my favorite songs on The Click. So apparently they might be writing a Turning Out Part 3, so I guess we'll see where they go with that one. Track number 7 is The Entertainment's Here. This song is probably one song that I kind of skip, to be honest. I get it, it's like a catchy, upbeat song, but just doesn't do much for me, so I would put that on more the negative side of it. Karma. Track number 8 is called Karma. This is probably my favorite song on the album. The ending is just incredible, even though I heard that he couldn't record it in one take. Because when I covered this song, that was one of the most difficult parts, because there's literally nowhere to breathe in that last section. But one of my favorite songs, and again, they bring the theme from 100 Bad Days into it, so things like that where they mix in themes or lyrics it makes it more interesting. All right, track number 9 is Beats. I'll put this song with the Entertainments here. I mean, another song that I kind of just skip over it, to be honest. The chorus is just, I don't know. This song does nothing for me. There's really not much I can say about it. I don't hate it. I get what they're doing, but it's just not for me. Track number 10 is Wow, I'm Not Crazy. This is another one. It doesn't really stand out to me. It's okay. The part where it's like, yeah, that kind of gets annoying after a while. So yeah, probably, I'll probably put that with the other 2 tracks that I just mentioned. Okay, and then we have Dear Winter, which I think is a solid acoustic track. And again, I get the concept is kind of silly, writing about an unborn child when you haven't even met the mother yet, and like, you know, people trash it because he's talking about like teaching the kid how to curse instead of teaching them like life lessons maybe. But they're just having fun with it, you know. It's just a fun song. It's a catchy acoustic song. Then the last track, Finale, Can't Wait to See What You something. I can't see the rest of it. This is another song. I think as an album ender, it wasn't the right choice. I probably would have ended it with like, I probably would have put Break My Face at the end, or you know, or something. I don't know, something else. If this would have been like in the middle of the album, I think. But you're calling it Finale, so yeah, it should be at the end. But I think it was a little bit weak to end with that track. So if I think about it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say 8 out of 12 songs are really solid. So 8 out of 12. 8 divided by 100. No, I'm terrible at math. That's actually not that good. That's a 66%. 66%. But if I had to give it a letter grade, I would give it a B. I think it's a solid effort. Even though there are a few songs that I skip, I think for the most part it's a very enjoyable album, and I just don't understand all the hate it's getting. So yeah, I would love to see them release an overture track as like a bonus track. That would be really awesome. So if maybe enough people say something about that, maybe they will do that. All right, guys, so what did you guys think about Neotheater? Are you a fan of AJR? Do you think they're kind of annoying? I can see how like the overuse of the sound effects and some of the things that they're doing can be annoying, but they're musicians, they're artists. They, you know, you can't contain them. They're going to do what they want to do, and they're going to make the music that they want to make. So, yeah, I respect them for the effort that they put into it. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Peace.